Wolves of Wind, Book 1, Feathers, Chapter 15, Battle. Star? Rain said in shock. Star was the killer? But how? How and why and how? Yes, it's me, Rain, and I have to admit you are nowhere near the truth. But I thought Grass killed... Star cut her off. Oh yes, sister, Grass did kill Dawn. Then I killed him. But why? Why are you doing this? Rain whispered. You would have understood if you were old, although maybe not if you're fine with standing by while my life crumbles. You saw Boulder and Ivy bullying me, and you just ran on by, and I'm sick of being the short end of the foxtail. But why did you kill Grass and Dad? So pretty, yet so dumb still. I killed Bold because Grass told me to kill him, and Grass was the only one who had told me the truth. And I killed him because he was going to drag me down, smirking and smiling at every funeral. I'm surprised he died before he was caught. Please, it's not everyone else's fault that Ivy was being mean, and I'm sure she dragged him along. There you go, defending your little boyfriend. I saw you blush when he snarled at those wolves back when we were pups. I bet you didn't even notice me watching, because nobody ever pays attention to me, just because I was born different. And do you know what I learned from Grass? I have 2 albino siblings. And do you know what else I learned? They were one dead and one loner, because of Alpha and Forest. Rain's paws shook as she backed away, bumping into Grass's bloody body as she did so. Well, Rain, I suppose it's time for me to tie up some loose ends. Stay still and I won't make this hurt. No! Rain shrieked as she ducked forwards and bowled into her brother. He was taken by surprise and wasn't able to duck in time. He fell to the floor but quickly scrambled up to retaliate. Rain ducked as he leapt at her, but her timing was off because Grass hadn't trained her very well. Star leapt onto her back and bit at her, scratching her leg and drawing blood. Rain let out a screech of pain, but Star's long black claws scratched her muzzle and turned her scream into a whimper of pain. Star rolled off her and leapt again, rolling her onto her back and pinning her down. Rain recognized this position. Star had tried to kill her before, but now Bird wasn't here to save her from the sharp claws and snapping muzzle. Star slashed at her stomach, drawing blood from a deep wound. Rain's eyes watered as she looked down at the deep cut that would surely scar. Then Rain remembered all the times she had fought, all the way from when she was play fighting with her siblings. Star was noticeably in the memory to when she had slashed the half-blinded Silver. She focused on what she had done all those times. She had let her instincts lead her claws where they had to go. She closed her eyes and slashed her paws randomly. She felt her long claws snap through flesh, and she heard a yelp as the weight lifted off her. She opened her eyes and stood up, ready to face a furious white wolf with angry red-pink eyes. But instead she saw a trembling, bloody shape lying on the ground. Star! She ran over to her brother and saw that his throat had been torn and blood was spilling from his mouth and nose. But he was still alive. You can't win this, he spluttered. You can't live. I worked so hard to prove myself. I won't be killed by the weakest fighter in the pack. Rain closed her eyes and put her paw on his head. She tightened her muscles and heard the splatter of blood as her brother went still. Rain knew that at this point it was all she could do to rid her brother of pain. Tears of shock and sadness welled her eyes as she looked down at her dead brother. But then wolves began spilling out of the dens, Alpha in the lead.